Is this thing on? Hey, oh, fuck, that sounded terrible. Fuck it. Anthony here, Creepo Depot. Hey, before this episode starts, you're probably wondering to yourself, why is this episode so short? This episode doesn't seem as long as the other ones. Well, sad thing happened. When we were going to record this episode, I had to go and pick someone up, and there was horrible traffic along the way. There was like a horrible accident. There was a downed lamp post and just traffic everywhere. It was awful. I was super late to the recording, and it was super frustrating and real tiring and stuff. So we couldn't go and record a full-length episode. I think what we got was okay. I don't know. I actually, because the other two people showed up earlier than us, because obviously we're super late, I just had them just start recording whatever and just talk about whatever. I actually have not heard what they said. I heard like 2 seconds of it, to be fully honest, but I don't know what they're talking about. So this is actually really fun for me too, because I don't know what they talk about. They could be going and talking all sorts of smack. I gotta go and edit, because Cole's a piece of work who I need to go and who goes and makes me do extra editing, because he goes and tells everyone where I work, and I don't want people to know that. Anyways, sorry for the fact that the episode's shorter. I hope that I can squeeze out another episode soon. I just had to go and I was trying to get this one out sooner, but something came up where I had to go and do a different show. I ain't gonna go and link that show. I ain't gonna do that. If you want to go try to find another show, go find another show. I might link it. I don't know. I don't know if it's any good. I don't listen to Crisis of Infinite podcasts because I just don't feel like it. Anyways, enjoy the show. I hope that, you forgive the short length of it. I hope to just keep squeezing these episodes out faster and faster, because they're fun to make, and the next one is a lot of fun. It's got a fun guest on it, and we talk about things, and it's easy because I can just slap the Pokemon XD music behind it, because it's kind of relevant, and I'm lazy. Oh, jeez. Man, getting the music for this episode was actually kind of funny too, because I asked two of the guests, I was like, hey, can I get some fantasy music, like some calm fantasy music, like something that you would hear in like a fantasy adventure. And they didn't know this, but I know this. They both, like, one of them gave me like a song from Starbound, and another one gave me a song from Terraria, which I think they're made by the same company. I don't know video games. And they both had like the same problem, where they both had like a low, like droning sound in the background, and I was like, that doesn't really work. One of them sent me this like super high energy song, and I was like, bruh, I said calm, damn it, CALM, not. I was like, fuck, I'm supposed to like talk about stupid shit behind it. Anyways, I think I've rambled long enough. I'm pretty sure you're sick of future me's voice, or present me's voice. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're sick of this too. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go and stop now. I hope you enjoy the episode. And hey, we both get to listen to the bonus content at the end for the very first time. Isn't that neat? I think it's neat.
Hey guys, welcome to the Creepo Depot. We were running a little late, so this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. With me today, we got Nathan.
Hey.
We got Michael.
Hey.
We got Cole.
Yo.
And a special guest, we have a friend of the show and one of my coworkers, Jacob.
Hello.
Yeah, we all work.
Have fun censoring that again.
Son of a bitch. Today we're just gonna talk a little bit about D&D. I don't really have too much to say on this subject, but I know you guys all have like your little stories. So how about you guys just kind of all go around and we'll start with Michael, and we'll just how'd you get into it?
Why me?
Bro, we don't got too much time to BS.
Okay. Actually, so I've been playing it with my girlfriend's family for like 2 years now, but we kind of stopped our first year because complications. But like it was this year we actually really got into it. Like we've had consistent time to play and all that stuff.
That's kind of wild that it's like your girlfriend's family.
Yeah, it's like her brother, her brother's girlfriend, her two cousins. At one point, it was her other brothers who were in town at the time. Her dad was playing with us.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Funny enough, like he was like not always there, given his age, but like he was like he did a really good job for when it mattered. I was like actually pretty surprised. Like, I'll tell you later how bad that party is. But, like, overall, like, he was actually pretty decent in comparison. But, yeah, at some point we had, like, maybe, like, 9 people playing.
Jeez.
And now we're back to around 5, but it's still going pretty well.
All right, and Cole?
I mean, I first started back in 4th edition when a high school friend tried to get me into it, but I wasn't too into it. And then, beginning my freshman year, some friends were talking about, oh, I'm going to be starting D&D. And I was like, oh, I really want to get back into it. Can I join you guys? He's like, for real? And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. And ended up doing that for a couple years. That group ended very bad, very dramatically. But I think the size of the group was like 10.
Jesus.
Beautiful campaign though.
Yeah.
I really want to finish that campaign, but
Jacob?
Yeah. Not too much that I've done in it, really.
Well, like, how'd you like mostly just to get into it, and like, what made you interested into playing it?
When I heard that 5th edition first came out, I started looking into it. Kind of got interested in it. Tried to convince some friends to do it. Eventually, did convince some friends to do it, but only have had like 7 sessions total in like 3 years.
poor guy.
Yeah, I've just been doing a lot of reading instead. Like, a lot of lore, just reading it up.
It's easily to get sucked into it.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm
you
actually
have to
surprised.
have fun doing it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nate?
So how I got into it, I was a 4th. Well, actually, no, yeah. Started in high school, and it was like 2nd edition. Like our art teacher had like this old copy, so we started with that one. But like due to circumstances, we didn't do a lot of sessions with that. So skip ahead a couple of years, and I'm playing a Warhammer 40k. And I don't know, like I got into a conversation with somebody like, yeah, I want to get back into like D&D and stuff because it was pretty fun. And they're like, okay, so yeah, there's this group that's like going on in this one little shopping area. We'll hook you up. We'll let them know that you're coming. So I was with that group for about like 2-3 months, but then our DM got like a job transfer, and our replacement DM, she wasn't all that great.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, it was mostly like rather than focusing on like the party as a whole, she'll insert a character and just have that as the main focus.
That sounds
like,
lamer than lame.
Yeah, it was kind of bad. So
It's like an anime.
yeah, so yeah, the group dissolved, and then I actually wanted to start up a group. So I had Anthony and a couple of the other of our friends join in.
I was on that one.
Yep.
Another no invite.
No, I didn't even know about you.
I didn't even know about you. I wasn't even working at Dolphin Noise.
But yeah. But yeah, that's how I got into a 5th edition with Anthony. And it was a very, very brief campaign. We only had like 2 sessions of that.
We did long sessions, though. Mostly because we had like a big group.
Yep.
And I was Rathka.
Uh,
As for me, I actually had always wanted to play D&D. I remember in my freshman year of high school, I was just hearing stories of like people just playing, and they were having the greatest time, and they were like, oh my god. I'll never forget for this for some reason. Apparently, like, they were like traveling through like goblin territory or something, and literally they just set up one of their
Goblin.
goblin. They set up one of their party members. They pretty much just all rolled to see who would be the goblin bait for the night, and then they just rub like pheromones on them. And it was apparently always the same dude, and it was just like another night where he just got raped by goblins. Everyone's waking up and they're all like, oh, I had slept so good. He's just like, can I not roll? No, you have to be fair.
You gotta be fair. You gotta roll.
We all had to roll, and he kept getting hit with it, and apparently, and like,
You know somebody gave him loaded dice.
oh yeah, they gave
Oh,
him
yeah.
some roll-loaded dice. But I always tried to get in on a session. I remember I went to a very certain comic book shop that is around Uptown Whittier that I won't speak the name of because Renee's giving me looks right now. Oh, they closed it? Okay, so there's this place called Geeks up in Uptown Whittier. They were pretty cool, but not as cool as Undercity Comics.
A word from our sponsors.
I wish they sponsored this. Anyways, they had a bulletin board that had like, "Hey, we're looking for people to play D&D with." And at the time, the chick I was with, we were like gonna go up and we're gonna go and do it, but then for some reason, I think it was just a scheduling thing. We never got around to it, and it was only up until Nathan was like, "Hey, get in our D&D group that I actually ever played." So I don't have too many stories about D&D. But I bet you guys all have wonderful stories. Anyone want to just share a quick one?
I mean, I have like so many. I remember he was a very fun character for me. My fighter,
What's his name?
Aphelion, but he went with the undername Azrael because he was keeping his name a secret.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a lawful good person. He was, a boring guy.
Mm-hmm.
And there was our group had split, and we were going to investigate a case of a cult deep in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up finding them. They captured us, knocked out one of our party members, and then the NPC who hated me, or no, she looked up to me because we were kind of the same, and we were just, they forced me, or no, they were like, who is going to take this blood? We are going to make somebody here a hunter. And because I was trying to save my party, I was like, you do it to me. And they basically let me drink blood, and my character, his mind broke.
Mm-hmm.
He was no longer lawful good. He had this innate need to kill people and drink their, not like a vampire, but just like you needed to kill something.
Mm-hmm.
And
So he got like bloodlust.
And I remember
That gives him a plus one attack for every enemy he kills on the battlefield.
gave me plus 30 strength. Thank
No,
you.
it just makes him force check death torture machines.
Wait, isn't that how it works in Isaac?
I don't know, but that's how it works in Darkest Dungeon.
And I, in that fight, there was a monster, and my innate sense kicked in, and I just took the monster and just barehanded ripped its chest open.
So you just doom guide him, you just like right up.
Yeah, just do. Press F.
Press F. Just call him on him. Just. Michael, you got.
So oddly enough, my character, which I put a lot of thought into, but I kind of regret making now, because it turns out Paladin Dragonborn is actually a really boring. I don't know. It just turned out really like lackluster. Paladins are very like a little bit too passive in their skill sets, and they have like a hybrid thing going on, so it's kind of like eh. But for the most part, when we first started those campaigns, I got some really weird amount of rolls that kind of ended up in really funny situations. Mm-hmm. So the first time we rolled into, we obviously noticed that this gang was kind of like pushing around these townsfolk. So we're like, okay, let's kind of like go to the bar, and we saw like a group of guys drinking, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna like talk to them to see what's going on. And they're like, all right, you want to talk to us? You got to arm wrestle one of us, and if you win, we'll talk to you, right? So like, all right, I'm just gonna roll for a strength test, and I get like a natural 20. Like I think that was like the first thing I actually rolled for at the time. So you just hear my character like literally break this guy through the fucking table, and like the whole bar goes quiet, and then they all start celebrating and stuff. Funny enough, we saved that town, but we still had to pay for the table.
What assholes?
Yeah. But
At least you guys had a good story. We kind of just burned down every city we went to.
Over time, though, the campaign kind of got stale because I think our DM got so focused on the story that's all we were doing. So it was almost like every session was combat. I think we had one session that was literally just entirely combat, and then we just went home. And it was like, if you know anything about combat in D&D, the more people you have, the longer it takes.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, if you miss your one attack, you feel bad because you have to wait like a good whole, I don't know, like a good 5 minutes sometimes just for your turn to come back again. But
It's kind of like dying first in Smash Brothers. You have to watch everybody else have fun.
yeah, exactly. I think maybe my paladin would have been better if I had rolled higher for his charisma, because at the time he was only like a 12 charisma, which is really bad. But he still had his moments. Like, we were supposed to go find a banshee and ask for her like blessing, and there was this big ogre in the way. I was like, I cannot afford to fight this ogre in case this banshee wants to kill us right on the spot. So I was like, I'm going to do a charisma check and yell at it to go away. And I yelled at it really loud. I was just like, get out of here, you stupid animal. And it just like looked at me and just cried and went away. I was like, man, I feel bad, but at least we didn't have to fight it.
I think it's really funny that you're having like, you had problems with the paladin because back in high school, that was like all you ever wanted to be. You were just like, I just want to be a paladin.
Yeah, I really, and I still do. Like,
he was obsessed with paladins back in the day.
I still do like them. I had another campaign for Night People where I picked a paladin, but that wouldn't even worse because the fucking DM is like chaotic evil himself. So all these situations put me into like these like, well, I wish I could do something, but I can't because
but
I'm
I'm
fucking
boring.
paladin. Yeah, exactly, pretty much. But I still made the best out of it though. We sometimes have these like one-off, like these one-shots, and we rolled randomly for our characters, and I still have this character because he's so ridiculous. But he's a lizard folk cleric, and he's obsessed with his light domain. So the whole entire campaign, he's just like, convert to the light. And he's just because he has like negative charisma, so he's just like really bad at like telling people. He's just like, do it or suffer. But like at the end of that first campaign, we actually got someone to convert because they almost died, and he brought them back to life. He's like, all right, I'm gonna convert because your religion literally saved my ass.
One of my clerics got the entire, like the whole world to convert to his religion.
That's great.
Jesus.
Hey, praise the sun.
Yeah, because he's a lizard. Jacob, you want to share any stories or anything like that, or?
Don't have a whole lot. The only thing I can say is like my group, none of us knew what we were doing really. I was the one that knew the most because I
Those
read
are the
most.
best though.
Yeah.
You're all kind of learning the game together.
So I thought I'd make a barbarian because that'd be simple, and that way I don't accidentally break our new GM by doing something overly complex. And then I proceeded to have it be a Sphere Nebulin Zealot barbarian with all these nice special rules that never come into play because they don't know how to use them. I was like, okay.
Isn't the zealot one that just barbarian who's just like, I just can't die because I'm so busy being angry.
Yes.
It's just like, I just can't die. I'm angry right now.
Yep.
Who is
Already
that like?
there.
I'm trying to think of a comic book character.
It's like Michael.
I mean, you're not wrong. I think a Hulk
I'd
would
like
have
to
been
see
more appropriate.
I'd like to see Michael in Mario Party.
Well, what did you know? We actually just had a Mario Party session. And,
No, I wasn't invited.
Yeah, he actually was literally, when we were at work, he was like, so what are you doing after work? I was like, I'm going to Michael's house to play Mario Party. He's like, can I? No.
It's fine. A bunch of like stupid kids crashed the house too, so it got really crowded really fast. But that was a fun just because I had to get to play Boo, and Boo just kept rolling me sevens for like 5 turns straight.
Yeah, he didn't get too salty, mostly because we were just curb stomping the AI.
Yeah.
So did you
whenever-
die? Did your character ever die?
No, hasn't died yet.
Nice.
He's still mad to this day.
Somewhere out there, he's mad. He's probably just like, I can't see my forehead right now. Fuck. Nate?
We do it.
Oh, so yeah, when I was playing a 4E, our party had a Warforged, I think it was a wizard or something, but for whatever reason, he always tried to roll for charm, and he had, and the thing was, he had a huge penalty on anything charisma based, and so, like, every time it was just like, a critical fail or just something like bad happened. And so we get to this point where we find this baby ice dragon or something, and it's like harassing this town. And the Warforge, our Warforge, just said, I'm going to charm it. Like, I got, like, animal charming. I'm going to charm it. And everybody's like, no, don't do it. He's like, I'm doing it. So he rolls, got a nat 20 on that. And it was just like, the DM's like, oh, crap. Like, I really don't have anything, like, I don't have anything planned. Just keep rolling. I'm going to see if you can fail. And the guy just kept on getting, like, crits, like, one after another. And so he charmed the, like, baby ice dragon. And we ended up, like, riding it. And our DM just completely just dropped everything. And he's just like, God damn it. You guys skipped, like, 3 maps. I'm not even prepared. Okay, session's over. We're packing up. Like, you
broke the DM.
It was pretty much, yeah. It was just, like, he didn't know what to do. He had all this stuff planned out. And he's like, I didn't even think this far. I'm gonna have to take like a month just to like think of everything. Honestly, yeah, that campaign was fun. Like we'd roll nat 20s on like the most like stupidest things ever.
Oh man, you know what's fun? Counter rolling your own party members.
Oh, don't be that guy.
No, because we had this one guy who was a cleric, but he never healed or nothing, right? But every time we would have an NPC we needed to save or someone, he would actually suplex them. So eventually my paladin, because he's kind of like short-tempered, which is why he's a hermit, because he got forced into hermitage and learned how to control himself, but he never did. But he got so sick of this cleric, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna counter suplex him. so like we rolled and I got like a natural 20 and I was just like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. It's like, stop fucking with our NPCs.
Wow.
It's great.
I'm gonna do that to Jacob a lot.
Just counter
No
roll
fun,
people.
Jacob.
I will roll with it.
I think it's actually more
Sorry,
fun
I just got
fucking
that pun.
It's more fun to fuck with your own party members than it is the DM. I don't know, at least for me. I had my fair shares of being screwed by this rogue in my other campaign.
Oh yeah, you told us about this, or at least like me and Anthony about
Yeah,
it.
tell us
So
well, the audience need to.
To put some like, I guess behind story for this, backstory for this.
Context.
Yeah, some context. There you go. But I'm still relatively new to D&D, but the guys I was playing in that campaign were super experienced. They had been playing it for years. But our session was getting kind of dull. We had lost a couple people, and this guy decided he's just gonna fuck with me the whole time. So my character's like there eating breakfast at the bar. He's eating his food, and this rogue comes up to me, rolls for sleight of hand, and is like, "All right, I steal your shoes off of you." And I was like, I have to roll for perception to see it. Don't roll it, obviously, because his sleight of hand is literally +7. He got almost every time I got like above a 20, and the most I can get was maybe a 13. So he's like, he stole my shoes, he stole my food out of my hands. Like I just didn't see the food out of my hands.
What are you, Skyrim?
Pretty much, it was literally just Skyrim. Because at one point the other party members tried to help me. We chased them out, managed to get the guards of that town to get up on him. But what he had done was he had put his shoes with his mage hand or magic hand, where the one it just kind of levitates. He puts the shoes on top of the building, so that way when the cops arrest him and they start like going through his stuff, he didn't have it. So we had no evidence for stop basically. So, but eventually we did catch him because I think one of us rolled on a truth, like he had to tell the truth or something. Oh yeah, the cops pulled a truth spell on him and he failed it. So they fined him, but they were like, that's it. I was like, well, you're not gonna throw him in jail? They're like, nah, he's just a fine. I was like, well, I want like a restraining order because like this guy's an asshole. So they're like, okay, so they printed out a script because I think they were robot guards, and like, okay, just take this to town hall. All you got to do is take this to town hall, and you'll get that
restraining order.
Restraining order.
Oh no.
So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go straight to town hall, right? The rogue follows me, and he's just like, he was a magic rogue to top it off, so he passes his spell as like, give me the piece of paper, and if I said anything, I would have to roll against it, and I couldn't do that. I tried to attack him, couldn't do that either. He placed another spell on me. He was like, all right, you failed this roll. You can't attack me, and you have to give me the piece of paper. So there was nothing I could do. I was just stuck. He had played so well around me because I'm like not that experienced, but I was just like, fuck. After that, I actually stopped playing with those guys for a long time because I was just like, you know what? Like that was really funny, but also fuck you because you really like killed it for me.
Really mean.
It was.
You don't do that shit to a new guy.
Yeah.
It was pretty aggressive, but I kind of get it because at that point the campaign was going so bad. And I think he was just trying to like bring spark into it. Ironically enough, so after I left, some new guy took my place, and he literally made the exact character of me, Paladin, Redemption, but he plays his character so annoying that he made the other guy leave. He was a novice, but he's purposely being annoying. And now my DM is just like, yeah, I wish you would come back. But I was like, I'm not coming back with someone playing the exact same character as me.
One of us
like,
needs
asshole-ish.
to change.
Oh, like, yeah, like, pretty much.
I remember our first instance of combat when we got into there was like that back alley fight that we were in.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
It was going really sloppily, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we were like tripping up all over the place and everything like that.
And I just remember though, like we were just like, well, Anthony, you can breathe. I was playing a it was a I forget if it was like a lizard person or
No,
like,
it was a dragon. Yeah,
What was it, Anthony?
it was a green dragonborn cleric.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Did
So-
you save Skyrim?
Because I was too busy playing Morrowind. Because I'm old. Maybe I'll play Oblivion. I should put that on the Switch. Anyways, but yeah, so basically I'm like this Dragonborn dude who can go and breathe acid, but I'm a cleric, so they're just like, wait, can't you just like do something? I was like, yeah, I guess. And so everyone just got behind me, and I just filled the entire fucking alley with like my acid breath. And they were like, I thought you were supposed to heal people. And I was like, yeah.
I'm healing them for negative damage.
And I think like one of them was just like, I think like most of them got knocked out, and like one of them was like staggering, and we we're just like.
Right.
I was just like, let's just leave him alone and just let him go. And then it was funny because like whenever I needed to go and do charisma against like an enemy, it would like work every time. But like whenever I tried to go and talk to a party would just shut up, Rathgar. My character was pretty much just like a C-3PO guy. He was just boring and just annoying, and everyone was just like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to deal with you right now.
Oh, it's fucking Moon.
Dragonborn breaths are actually pretty fun when you use it for utility. Though, like, I think at one point we had to save a dwarf, but he was, like, in a room and it was on fire. And they're like, okay, you gotta fight these two dudes in front of you, like the bosses essentially, while also trying to get the dwarf before the fire runs out or he's dead. I was just like, all right, stand back, everyone. I just walk up to it because I'm like a frost dragon. I just breathed over the fire and just completely knocked out the timer. And the DM's just like, well, shit. There goes that. And I was like, yeah, there goes that.
I mean, if you can outsmart your DM,
Oh,
like the DMs should roll with it.
oh my God, Marcus and his I forgot what it was with our session, but yeah, he was one of our friends, Marcus. I forgot what character he was playing, but he was on a boat, and our DM's all like, "No, you can't own a boat at all. Like, you cannot own this boat." So he's trying to make it so Marcus was either like a stowaway or renting the boat or something, and so he had a guard come up. It's like, "Hey, what are you like doing here?" And like our buddy Marcus is like, "Well, you see, this is my boat." Well, what's it called? It's called my boat. And so he's like, okay, roll for like persuasion, natural 20. You see, it's my boat. Okay, yeah, it is your boat.
That's great.
Yeah, and then like later on, like he was trying to explain that concept to my character, and I was just like, because the boat is literally named my boat. No, but what?
No, you don't get it. It's my boat.
No, but like, what is the name of your boat? My boat. Yes, that's what I'm asking about. What's the name of it? My boat.
I think, yeah, all the crazy stuff. Like when Marcus was DMing, there was another incident. So I was like, okay, Nathan, you need to like roll to attack the Kraken. Okay, you barely nick it. Okay, roll for damage. You just rolled max damage for your fighter, so you nicked the Kraken for maximum damage.
Just hit
It's
a
just a
soft
love
spot.
tap.
Yep.
Just a love tap. Did you do the Bruce Lee thing where you like punch the air in front of them and they just feel the shockwave from it?
Yeah, it was pretty much just that.
No, I love when people roll a critical and then they like roll the least damage. Okay, you hit him very soft.
Yeah, I think we made a couple rules on that on ours. Oh, actually, our temporary DM, he has like the craziest roll crits rule, which essentially is like if you roll a natural 20 or a natural 1, you have to pick one of these magic cards, Magic the Gathering cards, or I think some of them were Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and it's just like based on what you grab, he's gonna interpret it into something. So I think because of course our party is ridiculous, they rolled a bunch of natural 1s, and someone like rolled the Red Eyes Black Dragon. So during our like one-shot Necromancer campaign, we had to fight a fucking giant-ass skeleton dragon because the jackass had to roll a fucking natural 1 on a dragon.
It'd be funny if you like put Pokemon cards in there and it's like you summon Bill, draw 2 cards.
The DM has really weird, like he plays so much differently compared to our actual DM that it's actually a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole card system has been like ridiculous. I think at one point we almost died in a swamp simply because everyone kept rolling 1. So we were all like, well, you're stuck in a typhoon. You're frozen. You're in the middle of the typhoon, but you can't push your way out of it. And it's just like, we can't do anything. Just because of all these bad cards had stacked up against us.
In the swamp, you see Shrek coming over, and it's like, I Need a Hero's playing in the background.
Pretty much. I'm surprised we even survived that situation.
So, right before we go...
We're done?
Well, we didn't have too much time.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, it's already... Yeah. But, actually, Cole and Jacob have been actually working... Jacob, you've been working on it, right?
No.
Kind of.
I mean, I ask him things, but
Input isn't work, apparently.
are you trying to take credit for my stuff?
A smidge, yeah, a little bit.
All right.
Just a little.
We'll let it slide.
Yeah, just, I guess, like, kind of... Well, Cole, do you want to go and talk about the campaign you're thinking about making or whatever?
No.
You sure?
I mean,
You don't want to, like, tell
You
the
wanna give a
viewers
sneak
about it
peek?
and then, like, you know...
Teaser?
everybody's gonna die in the end. I can already guarantee that.
Well, yeah.
Boo.
Yourself, make another zone.
No, it's centered. Okay, so I haven't been inspired to be a DM since the first time I DM'd, and I knew I was bad because I didn't really plan shit out. It was kind of like just improv D&D. Let's see where we could go off like stupid idea for the session, but it was still fun. And then of course, this is really bad inspiration, but I was watching Goblin Slayer, and I was like, that's it. I'm inspired to DM.
Actually, I've done improv DMing for like my younger sister because she had a bunch of friends who wanted to play it. Like, I would swear I would actually just improv their entire campaign if they could keep playing, because the first time I was just like, all right, you're gonna fight some zombies, and the stupid cleric on their team was like, oh, I can go kill that zombie orc. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, stupid. Let's do it, right? So he goes and he tries to kill it, and I'm like, all right, you wake him up. I'm gonna roll to see what happens. Natural 20. The giant orc just, and you're just gone. You're gone in a giant crater. You're dead. He had no more HP.
I think I'll just keep a shredder near the DM table and just like feed your character.
Yeah, but I messed with those kids so badly, and it was so funny because every time they would roll a natural 1 on a zombie, you're like, oh, it tripped, and now it's on top of your body, and it's just like gnawing on your like neck, and they're like freaking out. It was hilarious. Oh man.
But yeah, anything else you want to add about it, Cole?
I'm excited. The people I've been talking to about their character is I build my universe around players, not like the other way around. Oh no, you can't have fun with your character because my book says no. No, it's gonna be realistic. Shit's gonna be real.
Yeah. Jake, and like you were just mostly asking Jacob just for like little specific details.
Little
and stuff.
references here and there. Like how do you think I should go about this?
Yeah.
Just don't be too
Oh wait,
real.
so that's why you sent me your character. Why? And I responded, "That's a very
Why?
that's a very philosophical question right there, man."
I keep sending this photo to everybody because it makes me laugh. So I've got a photo. It's
Thanks. Now I have to edit it in.
no matter how carefully you construct a villain's tragic backstory, your D&D party is going to come at them like this. I know you're here, Dracula, you big fucking nerd. Where's my goddamn money?
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna put that in. He just read it. It's like Moon Knight. That's Moon Knight, right?
Possibly.
I'm pretty sure it's Moon Knight.
yeah.
I was gonna say, don't be too real like my other DM did, because he literally put me on a quest to figure out why this girl was kidnapped. Long story short.
No, you tell the full
Yeah,
story.
no.
Cole was being sparse with what he's talking about, so you tell that
You
full
want me to tell
story.
this? Okay,
Oh, yeah,
so
We have
tell us
10
about.
minutes.
okay, so like, long story.
love it.
Long story
No,
short,
you tell the long story.
long story. Okay, long story. My Discord DM, he's very much brings his whole story to life, like to the point where every NPC is a real living, breathing person. And so sometimes you'll think it's a quest, but he's like, no, I'm not just giving out quests. These are like people's actual lives you're dealing with. So someone's house, their town was like their shop was haunted. Couldn't figure it out, and we kept putting it off because other quests kept happening. Eventually, we found out it was just a stupid rock that someone put into his house to fuck with him, because he turns out that person who was fucking with him was his illegitimate son, and he was like in his 40s already, and he was mad at his 80-year-old Dragonborn dad never said hi to him or whatever. But at one point, everybody was doing their own thing. One guy was going to college for whatever reason. One person adopted goblin babies
What
and
did he
was.
study?
I think he was just trying to smith, because he was like trying to smith like crazy weapons. Because of like the more experienced players that I had, he made me a shield that was also a net, and then also a sword that was also like a spear. They could just transform into it, and he was just rolling high on these. So he's just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna go to school to make more like this shit. But one of them was like literally adopted goblin children and started potty training them, and I had to sit there for 10 minutes listening to them potty train a fucking goblin, like roll dying for them to piss in a toilet. Like, it was the stupidest thing. But like, so because I'm not used to this, because I'm like barely starting DM, I was like, okay, what do you want to do? I'm like, the fuck, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna go to school like a nerd. Like, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to a bar and hear what's going on. Maybe I'll pick something up, right? So some asshole was just like, yeah, my sister was kidnapped, but she came back next day, but she was totally fine. Everyone has a New Yorker accent for some reason. It's really weird because they're all Dragonborn, but so I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to your sister because I have high charisma on that character. Maybe I can get her to like
Spill the beans.
spill the beans. Like, why were you kidnapped? How come you're back, but you don't want to talk about it, right? I go to her, I talk to her, I force it out of her, and she was just like, yeah, that was just staged. That was my boyfriend. I just like getting kidnapped. It's just my kink. That's just how we get off. And I'm like, and you didn't tell anyone that? And you're just like, no. Like, your brother was concerned about you at the bar. And you're fucking kink sexing through kidnapping.
You know the brother's into it.
Yeah, but no, she's like, oh, he doesn't care about me. He's an asshole. He just says he cares about me to look good. And I was like, okay, you know what? I didn't get wrapped up in this stupid family situation. It's so stupid. I can't fucking, like, I go back to the bar and finish my fucking sandwich. I was so mad. And then my DM's like, I'm sorry that I don't just give out quests, and my characters aren't just quest givers. They're living, breathing people. I'm like, well, fuck you and your living, breathing people. They're stupid kinks. I was so mad. I'm still mad about that.
The thing I'm surprised about is that he went to the bar, ordered a sandwich, went off, did the quest, and then came back and the sandwich was still good.
Yeah.
That's the magic of D&D, people.
Uh,
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Cole. I actually know what Nathan made, and Nathan knows what I made.
Oh, you sons of bitches.
Oh yeah.
You sons of bitches. No.
And like, it's gonna be a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun.
I'm killing both of you.
Well, I mean,
I'm
like,
killing one of you at least.
well, I mean, I'm just saying, it's not gonna be too hard to like figure out how to kill off me.
Just don't give him milk. He will become brittle.
Wait, does Jacob? I forget.
No, Jacob does not know.
I know nothing.
I have not passed information because I wanted it to be.
So I'm also a surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, his his backstory like just fits the lore perfectly. Like it accidentally like fell into place.
Oh, you're just like, oh, that just works.
It just works.
Yeah, so maybe we'll go and re-record and do like another episode because I know this is really short and we're gonna have like a bunch of bonus content afterwards. Thankfully, Cole and Jacob were recording a little bit earlier.
Please don't play that.
No, it's going in the episode.
Please don't.
It's gonna go in the back of the episode, and we're gonna have Dead Jealousy go and say something. And
The back of the episode, that's just extra editing.
yeah, that's not gonna take long.
That's just lazy editing.
That's not gonna take long. Also, I just had a quick question for you viewers out there before we go. Hey, what do you think about like the intro or theme song? I like it a lot, but I know that maybe we could use something more original. I was thinking maybe we can go and hire a composer to go make something. So in the description of this video, there's gonna be like a little
Description.
Yeah.
How is there a description on audio?
No, it's put into.
It doesn't
YouTube.
work like that, Anthony.
It's put into YouTube. There's like a little picture I draw. And
Why use YouTube?
You could just do robot speak, and then they put it up to their computer, and it'll link it to the URL.
Why aren't we podcasting on Twitch, Anthony?
Yeah, Anthony. This should be live.
Oh God.
That'd be awful if it was live.
Do we still have time?
We got like just do 2 minutes.
I was gonna
I was just gonna say there's a straw poll in the bottom. If you guys want to just keep the theme song as it is, we'll just keep the theme song as it is. If you guys want us to maybe change it up or make some new ones, I'll go pay some people. They'll make some theme songs. We can vote on them later. All right, but yeah, you were saying, Cole?
If you had to get high, or no, not get high. If you had to DM with the celebrity, or the celebrity was going to be your DM, who would you pick and why? And I picked Seth Green, or no, not Seth Green, Seth Rogen, because he's going to get high, and we're going to go on a cool adventure.
You guys go around. I can't think right now. Anyone?
Famous people? Or...
Yeah, famous.
Famous people.
Yeah, you can just say a YouTuber. You can just go say Northern Lion.
I don't know, because, like, I don't really know actors that well. Because I don't watch movies.
I know.
Oh, who would you want? Name?
Terry Crews.
Only if he's a paladin with max charisma.
Oh, yeah.
All his characters are screaming at you. I was just like, man, I want Willem Dafoe to be my DM, and then he's like, join me, fighter, and we can rule this realm.
Jacob?
I don't know. Okay, here, a YouTuber. Taxicus from the Black Pants Legion, because that would be weird, but also really kind of chill.
Do you want me to put that channel description in the box?
If you want.
Okay.
Now they owe us money.
Now they owe us money. We gave him a shout out.
Mm-hmm.
They owe
That's
us.
how it works. That's how it works, man.
Internet
All right.
rules.
We're just helping him out.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to this very short episode. There's gonna be bonus content afterwards. I know it was a little hectic today, but I'm glad everyone was here. Thank you so much for joining us, guys, and
Be
thank
on
you,
time
Cole.
next time.
Thank you, Cole and Jacob, for being on. Is there anything anyone wants to plug? Michael, you want to plug anything?
Plug.
Oh God, no.
Why do you always want me to plug something? I don't got nothing to plug.
All right, Renee, kill it.
Oh, welcome. This is, I assume, going to be some outtakes while we wait for our gracious host.
Ideally.
We have a new guest speaker, Jacob.
Yes, indeed.
Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Yes.
You're not going to be judged.
I'm judged already, I think. But yes, that would make me Jacob McDade, as I'm explaining to an empty room.
But yeah, you can call him McDaddy. Everybody does.
No one
And
does.
by everybody, I mean me.
Yeah, no one does.
Well, you know, we got to have a daddy, obviously. Your team mom. Comparing
the
to Anthony,
chaperone.
your team mom. You're, what, a month older?
I don't know. I don't know how old he is. So that makes it a little hard to say.
Oh, come on.
No.
All right, so I guess the topic today is going to be Dungeons and Dragons. So let's roll for initiative.
Oh, don't do that. Bad puns all up in here.
How is that a bad pun?
Well, one, it's overused. And two, you have no dice.
I have dice in my car if I have to go get it.
Yeah. Not legit without the prop, you know that.
I mean, I mean, we could just go steal some dice real quick. I'm kidding. Don't. I'm kidding.
He's not kidding.
You came back in the wrong time.
He's not kidding. There's a plan afoot.
I can hear your chair. Or is that the door?
That is the door.
What the hell?
Well, they have to have the soundproofing on the bottom too, so it has those.
So it really drags and makes that noise.
Yes.
All right, Jacob.
It does.
When did you first get into D&D?
I would say I first became interested in it around the time of 5th edition came out. At least to the degree I am now. Then I played on the computer
The Steam version?
no.
Oh.
The Neverwinter Nights. Played that when it came out years ago, 90s.
Yeah, that's right.
Had fun
You're
with
old.
that. Sure. Older.
I honestly say the same. I got into D&D 5th edition. I remember my buddy tried to teach me 4th, and I was still in high school, and I thought like this shit was lame. So I was like, "Hey, let's just go play your Xbox instead." And then of course, I hop into 5th edition, and I'm like, "All right, this is my jam. Let's do this."
Yeah, I'm liking 5th edition. It's not overly complicated, and it's not overly simplified so far, to me.
So far, base game anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone has their preferred edition. I've heard as such. There are people who still play original D&D.
That's got to be so bare bone.
I have
Bare
no
bone.
idea. At this point, it might not even be recognizable. They probably have so many house rules.
I'm curious how that would like trying to transition from like vanilla into 5th.
That would be weird. Especially since back then, a lot of things were meant as a punishment. From the stories I've heard, of like mimics were made as a punishment because people would become complacent in a place they've been before. So then a chair would suddenly come alive and try and eat somebody. Like that's why those things exist.
Oh, you want loot? No, you don't. And you gotta think too, it's pretty cool. Like we think of mimics now in like video games.
Yeah.
It's like it all came from this idea of you're being punished for being too greedy.
Yeah, you guys keep trying to loot every room instead of continue onward. So now some of the treasure chests are going to bite your hand.
And you gotta find out the hard way too.
Yeah, it is literally impossible to know beforehand. And then chomped.
Unless you smack it.
Yeah, but then you're the guy running around hitting furniture all the time.
I mean,
And one of those is going to be trapped and explode. Because punishment.
I gotta say, like, in like a D&D universe, it'd be pretty interesting. Like, why are you slapping chests? Like, I lost a finger one time.
Yeah. There was this time. Never again.
Never again.
That's why I always keep my flask of fire all the time. Troll at my buddy. Never again.
Never again. Ever.
That's called power gaming. No, I'm role playing.
Yeah, I'm metagaming. My character knows everything.
Yeah, my character is the son of a famous monster hunter that killed one of every single type of monster and wrote it down in a journal, so I know how to kill it all.
Yeah.
So,
So
legit.
your character knows all that? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
I have my father's diary right here all the time.
I carry it on me. Can we please pause the battle? I want to just take a look at my index.
I need to open my father's notes. Pulls out monster manual. Here we go.
I can see that somebody's like trying to like animate that, and they're like, "Hey, give me a minute here." Your playable character like just reaches into a sack and like, "Well, what the hell is that?" "Oh, yeah, my father wrote this."
Yeah, it's the Arcanum of Monsters.
"So your father killed a god?" "Yes."
2.
"2 of them, one of each."
Yeah, good and evil.
But
Keep it even.
but it says right here you can't kill them. He did it though.
Found a way.
He found a way. But why does it show their HP points? Don't worry about that. That's how long I think it takes to kill him.
Yeah. Let's see, he figured he was doing about 3d6 damage per hit.
What's a D6?
That's-
It's a sword.
Yeah. It's what the Arcanist uses to describe injury.
It's the fancy word to describe
How hurty it is. Yeah, and
But don't we describe it as sharp? No. Hurty.
hurty.
It'll hurt you.
Yeah. It's a technical term. You write your own compendium. You can complain about how the words were used. In my compendium, we use words like hurdy. It's a hurdy sword.
It hurts. It hurts everybody. Even hurts the wielder if they grab it the wrong way.
Never again.
Never again. That's how I lost another finger.
Yep, down 2 fingers already. This narrative.
All right, Jacob. I have a zombie right here.
Why?
Roll for initiative.
I don't have dice this time.
You're gonna be Captain America. That was very loud.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
And that was my phone.
God damn it! I forgot to tell you to mute your phone.
Well, now I know. This is what we have outtakes. / killing time, because Anthony is...
Yeah, this is gonna be like the very beginning of the episode, and he's not gonna cut it.
he cuts this, he's going to have 5 minutes of episode. This is all staying. The professionalism knows no bounds.
All right, so you're gonna be Captain America. We're gonna do a little session, nothing.
Uh-huh.
Zombie's 30 feet away from you. How do you proceed?
Well, it's Captain America. He would check to see if it's an American zombie or not. Those are blue jeans. Looks American.
Blue jeans, yeah. Looks a little overweight, so I would say American.
Okay.
Oh wait, he's got a brain, so no.
Okay then. If it's not an American zombie, then the proper course of action would be doing his shield thing and throwing it.
All right, well, your shield doesn't.
Oh hey,
Your shield. Hey,
there's a person.
a person's here. Hey everybody, it's Anthony. Go ahead and drop that beat with me.
All of you. What's going on?
All right, Jacob, to your bitch seat.
Okay, I see how it is.
What's up, guys?
How's it going? You can stop this right now.